There are moments, rare but precious, when the veil of deceit is lifted and truth walks boldly into the room. One such moment unfolded when journalist Ellen Coughlin faced Martin Daubney, that's intentional, a man so convinced of his own narrative that truth became his enemy. This is Majesty Sussex Report, and I'm Antonio. Thank you for spending some of your valuable time here with us.
Oh, gather round, dear readers. Oh, gather if you dare. We've got ourselves a scandal whipped fresh from royal air. A duchess dared to spread her joy with berries ripe and bold. But wait, it's made in Illinois. Oh, heavens, we've been sold. Is it brewed in her backyard? Are the jars hand squeezed? Did she charm each raspberry? Did she steep the teas with ease? Did butterflies and aprons pluck the petals one by one?
Martin Daubney, representative of a British media culture steeped deeply in manufactured outrage, began weaving his familiar tale, Meghan Sussex, villain of convenience. But Ellen, a proper journalist, was not here for a fairy tale. And by now you have either watched or listened to the exchange between her and Mr. Daubney. She was here for the facts. As Daubney, in his search for somehow to bring it back to making Meghan this villain, wrongly accused Meghan and Harry of attending a Google climate conference via private jet. Now, Ellen didn't have much to say about that, but I will tell you that is misinformation, unless I missed something somewhere. So, for Martin's surprise, Ellen wasn't there to follow along with his hateful narrative. The truth, as Ellen demonstrated, was not Dumney's concern. His motive was clear. Even openly, he confessed Meghan must be held to different standards. A double standard proudly declared, a flag waved in the open winds of bias and racism. Let's not even get with misogyny. When did journalism devolve into this? Into such an honorable profession? When did fairness become an inconvenience? Daubney, latest fixation, jam or spread, marmalade, whatever you would like to call it. There is requirements of what you can call what, I guess. But let's just say jam for now. Yes, jam, Meghan Sussex, like Martha Stewart, and even the Windsors themselves, outsources production to meet public demand. But for Martin, Meghan's strawberry spread became evidence of deception, another manufactured scandal. Ellen calmly exposed this, highlighting the industry's standard practices, revealing Daubney accusations for what they truly were: empty, spiteful, and absolutely absurd. This isn't mere criticism, my people. It is a deliberate, relentless attack. Daubney and his ilk use Meghan's name not for truth, not for clarity, but to incite hatred, to make money, to feed a hungry audience conditioned by prejudice. And let's be frank here, this is not unique. We know this. We've seen it before over and over and over again, mirrored precisely in the cult like fanaticism of Trumpism, where facts crumble against the bulwark of blind hatred. Truth can be laid bare, yet they refuse to see, refuse to hear, because prejudice, racism, and all of those things speaks louder. What Ellen delivered was not just a masterclass in journalism. It's kind of sad that I need to say that just telling the truth is a masterclass. Boy, where are we heading? It was a beacon in a fog of misinformation. Her steady voice cut through Daubney, cut through his noise, exposing him as a symbol of everything journalism should never be. She did not shout. She did not accuse. She simply offered facts. 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 The purest form of rebellion against lies. For those who continue to cling desperately to hate filled narratives against Meghan Sussex, ask yourselves, what does your belief in lies reveal about your values? What discomfort do you feel when confronted with the truth? Today, let's honor Ellen. Let's honor her integrity by demanding better. Let's reject this toxic media ecosystem. Let's demand accountability. Insist upon truth. Because you see, truth, unlike jam jars, cannot be manufactured. It simply exists, waiting patiently for courageous souls to speak it. So choose to tell the truth. Choose empathy. Choose journalism worth believing in. Bravo. Bravo, Ellen. Absolutely bravo.
Martin Daubney is a British broadcaster, journalist, and former politician who currently presents The Martin Daubney Show on GB News, airing Monday to Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. In addition to his GB News role, he has appeared as a commentator and panelist on various UK television programs including Sky News and ITV5. In enough thing that he has over 30 years of experience in journalism, including serving as the longest-running editor of the men's magazine Loaded and 200. He has also worked for publications such as FHM and News of the World. Daubney served as a member of the European Parliament, MEP, for the Brexit Party representing the West Midlands from 2019 to 2020, and was deputy leader of the Reclaim Party. Ellen Coughlin is an Irish-born, London-based TV presenter, journalist, and broadcaster specializing in entertainment, lifestyle, and travel content. She currently works as an entertainment and lifestyle reporter for Mail Online and as an entertainment presenter for ITN Productions, where she presents entertainment news on Channel 5. Coughlin has a background in both television and radio, having previously worked as a traffic and travel reporter for several BBC radio stations and as a presenter for Irish TV 35. She is recognized for her self-shooting and editing skills and has produced and presented a range of travel and entertainment programs. Ellen also co-hosts Access All Areas on Fubar Radio and frequently contributes multimedia content for international distribution. She holds a master's degree in television journalism from Goldsmiths, University of London, graduating with distinction.
A lot of people are saying, why does it matter? This is a recipe, and it's just based on her own homemade jam, but it does send out a message. People think they're buying into the illusion of something crafted by royal hands or formerly royal hands. It's not quite as it seems.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think this is the gotcha moment that the press are hoping for. This is actually industry standard. To meet demand, she obviously has to outsource where it's manufactured. She can't set up a production line in her kitchen. But as I said, this is complete industry standard. If you look at Martha Stewart, she's had a whole career on building homemade products, food products, and also homeware products. And they're all manufactured in Pennsylvania while she lives in New York. So I don't see her anytime soon setting up a production line in her New York kitchen to meet demand. And even if you look at the Windsor Strawberry Reserve that's being sold on the Windsor website, that's not made in Windsor. Believe it or not, it's made elsewhere in factories around the UK. So yeah, this isn't the gotcha moment that people are hoping for. It's actually just a smart business move, really. If she wants to be able to meet demand this time round and not sell out within a half an hour like she did the last time, this is the only way to do it.
Well, you're being very charitable there, but what about the carbon footprint? Here's a couple that fly to the Google climate change conference, stand there barefoot, having flown on a private jet, and they're flying jam 2,000 miles across America. You're not telling me they could make that jam a little bit nearer to their Hollywood estate?
Well, the carbon footprint is actually every single business out there. If you look at all the businesses, large companies, all the ones that we know today, they all use manufacturing plants that aren't in the location where the product was created. So it's just industry standard. It happens. If we're looking at Meghan Markle with this fine tooth comb, that means we have to open it up and look at absolutely every single massive business in the world and ask, why are you producing it so far away from home? Shouldn't this be produced in your kitchen? What about the carbon footprint? It can't be one rule for Meghan and then other rule for other global businesses.
Well, I think perhaps it can, because if you're sanctimonious about people's everyday carbon consumption, about we should all cut down on holidays, we should all be lean, green and clean, and then you're flying jam jars 2,000 miles, I think those with glass houses or glass jam jars shouldn't throw stones.
Well, are you going to look into the carbon footprint of the Windsor Strawberry Reserve that is made elsewhere in the UK? We're flying that around the world. Lots of Americans buy that. More Americans buy that than people in the UK. So are we going to ask the Windsors what's going on there? Are they offsetting their carbon footprint?
Do you work for Ellen? Do you work for Meghan Markle?
No, I don't. But what I am is a journalist, and I'm fair, and I like unbiased reporting. So that's what I base my reporting on. And I think that actually all the reporting on Meghan Markle has been very biased.
Imagine trusting someone to guide you on global politics and significant news stories, only to discover they can't even accurately report on jam on a spread. Absurd, isn't it? Yet this is precisely what unfolded in this interview, or perhaps in this exchange. I mean, Martin is either, and do forgive me, an absolute idiot, or he is just someone who is there to promote and propagate hatred towards the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, that he should know dangerously puts her life in danger. So, which one is it? Is he just an absolute idiot that doesn't know A from B, or he's just willfully propagating hate towards a woman he has never met? He confidently criticized Meghan Sussex for not personally crafting the jam she sells, gleefully perpetuating the narrative of deception. But wait a minute. Does he genuinely expect Meghan to produce jam from her kitchen? If he does, we must question not only his credibility, but also his basic grasp of how businesses operate. If he doesn't, he's intentionally misleading his audience. Both possibilities are troubling. Let's apply Martin's logic evenly, shall we? Does King Charles personally craft every product sold under his name? Does the King of England personally oversee every bottle of wine or jam marketed with royal branding? Of course not. Yet, Daubney confidently ignores his glaring hypocrisy. Now, why? Because the truth disrupts his comfortable narrative, a narrative steeped deeply in bias and prejudice, racism, misogyny, and just attach anything else because honestly, they're all there. Then, when he's faced with being called out, swiftly he pivots to another fictitious scandal, claiming Meghan and Harry flew to a Google climate conference in 20. Listen, buddy, listen. So I wasn't aware of this conference. So because we fact checked ourselves here, and I make sure that whatever I'm going to say to you, I'm saying it with some validity and some certainty, right? Because listen, we bring you facts. We bring you facts. And this is just a small YouTube channel, the little choo choo train here. And that idiot, with all the resources that he's got, you mean to tell me he can't find the truth? Oh, come on. Spare me. So, at the beginning of this conversation, I said I wasn't aware of any Google climate conference. So, I went looking because I thought, well, if I'm going to make that assertion and with certain confidence, let me make sure. So, it didn't take me long to find this. This is the only thing I was able to find by whomever? The Rebecca English. Yes, the Rebecca English. Now, this piece of fictitious writing doesn't have much facts to verify in regards to Prince Harry attending this conference. Even the palace did not confirm it. This happened in 2019. Prince Harry and Meghan were still in the UK. So, was he there? Was he not? There's no pictures. There is nothing that says he was there. But they wrote an entire article showing graphics and everything else as if he were. Makes you wonder, right? So even if Harry had attended, which, as I said before, remains unconfirmed, here's my thing. So what? So what? Now, Meghan and Harry have consistently championed sustainability without ever demanding perfection or abstinence from others. They have suggested improvements, not issued prohibitions or you shouldn't do this or shouldn't do that or preaching to anyone as Martin would suggest. And why isn't Martin, Mr. Daubney, equally outraged by the royal family's routine helicopter trips from one palace to another? Well, let me not tell you. The helicopters that they've got, because I did my research, Mr. Daubney, is no good for the environment. Having said that, they're getting 2 new ones. Hopefully, those will be better for the environment. The silence around the Windsors is deafening coming out from Mr. Daubney. But the most disturbing revelation from Martin is his blatant admission, without shame any at all, that Meghan Sussex should be held to different standards. Why exactly should Meghan, a black biracial woman, face scrutiny beyond anyone else? His admission is nothing short of a neon sign flashing racism and misogyny. This isn't merely about jam or climate conference or anything like that at all. It's about fairness, integrity, and basic human decency. And Mr. Daubney, a man trusted to provide informed perspectives on vital national and international issues, either deliberately distorts trivial truths or genuinely lacks the intelligence to grasp them. In either case, his words should alarm anyone relying on him for credible information. So here's the challenge to everyone, to every single one, and especially those that are so in love with this cult. If Martin Daubney cannot accurately report something as simple as jam production, why trust him with serious matters of global politics and society? The double standards and misinformation he propagates aren't just wrong, they're dangerous. The choice is yours to continue staying in that toxic echo chamber that is consumed with bias and harmful narratives, or demand the truth, accountability. For him to be a proper journalist, for heaven's sake, he's been 30 years in the business, held political office. Gosh, sometimes I wonder why Britain is in the state it's in. But with people like him, why do I even wonder? Once again, thank you for being here. Every time you watch, comment, or share, it means more than you know. I pour my heart into this work because I believe in it. And clearly, if you're here, something brought you too, and it's not my pretty face. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is your moment. Click that button. It's free, and it makes a real difference. And hit the notification bell so you will be one of the first people to be notified when something new and meaningful goes up. If you feel moved by what we're building, consider going a step further. There's a Buy Me a Coffee link and a membership option if you'd like to help us keep this going strong. It's like lighting a little candle for something you believe in. And whether you're here quietly or loud and proud, leave a comment if you can. It helps the message travel. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. There's a moment perfectly timed and deliciously sharp when the truth is delivered like a playful yet decisive slap. Emma Grede's swift response on Loose Women wasn't just humorous, it was a powerful revelation of the absurdity hiding beneath the surface of daytime television's relentless bias against Meghan Sussex. Janet Street Porter, a veteran panelist on Loose Women, couldn't contain her glee when the topic turned to Meghan, jumping at the opportunity to undermine Meghan. Janet dismissively highlighted that Meghan doesn't personally make the jam she sells. Oh Lord, she doesn't make them personally. She's not making them personally. I'm going to repeat it one more time for everybody. Meghan Sussex does not make the jams personally. You see, it was meant as a jab, a petty remark to fuel the narrative of deceit and privilege. But what Janet didn't expect was Emma's razor sharp wit, effortlessly cutting through the foolishness. I loved every second of it. Emma said, "Do I make the knickers myself?" Referring to the industry that she's in, or one of the businesses that she's in. In that instant, Emma exposed the profound absurdity and underlying hatefulness driving these relentless criticism. Daytime talk shows like Loose Women often perpetuate this toxicity towards Meghan, especially through older white panelists who seem to revere, delight, enjoy. What else can I say here? With gleefulness in tearing down a woman who has done them no harm.
It takes to actually start a proper business.
Well, you don't think, Emma, with all due respect, she didn't make that jam herself?
She made, she's making a brand. I mean, do I make the knickers myself?
Yeah.
No. So that's where we are.
Why does a simple jar of jam spark such indignation? Why does every action Meghan takes ignite accusations of deceit, fraud, or manipulation? The answer isn't complicated, my friends. It's quite simple. It's racism, thinly veiled behind trivial critiques and faux outrage. The demographic most fervently participating in this hateful theater tend to be older white women. Oh, there's so many of them on this platform. You should hear the things they say. Often refusing to acknowledge their own biases. Is it fear of change, envy, or simply the discomfort in seeing a black biracial woman unapologetically, baby, succeed on her own terms? Thank you very much. Emma Grede, quick response wasn't merely comedic, it was a powerful mirror held up to Janet Street Porter, I almost said something else, and her peers, highlighting the irrationality and pettiness of their grievances. The audience spontaneous applause wasn't just appreciation, it was recognition, relief, and validation of the truth. We must question why women like Janet continue to feed these hateful narratives. What satisfaction comes from diminishing Meghan's genuine efforts? Is it genuinely about jam? Or is it a deeper discomfort rooted in bias and the fear of confronting the truth? I mean, you know the answer to that, don't you? And if you don't, we have we have we have bigger problems if you don't know. It's time to reject this insanity. It's time for audiences, particularly women, to demand better from those who shape the conversation. Let's celebrate women, supporting women genuinely and unconditionally. Emma Grede didn't just put Janet Porter in her place. She reminded us all that honesty, fairness, and integrity always taste sweeter, baby. Sweet, 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 sweet than manufactured outrage. Hmm. Oh, 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 oh. I feel like singing a gospel song all of a sudden, but I'm not going to. Ah, oh. Da 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 la 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 da. Give me that old time religion, 'cause it's good enough for me. Okay, then. Okay, all right. Enough about that. Let us now speak plainly. What we witness with Martin Daubney and loose women isn't just media banter. It is evidence. Evidence of a British media machine that has, for 8 long years, targeted one woman with obsessive cruelty never seen before in history. And it continues. And too many people, too many institutions, too many women organizations have remained silent. The obsessive targeting with cruelty of Meghan Sussex, the Duchess of Sussex, is unacceptable. Martin once again spoke not with facts, but with contempt. He reached into the echo chambers of tabloid fiction, pulled out a lie about a climate conference from 2019 that he asserted that they attended, and served it up as the truth. When challenged, he doubled down, not with humility or correction, but with arrogance and bias, going so far as to say Meghan should be held to different standards. And when Ellen did what a real journalist does, present the facts, he just chose to ignore them. And then we had Loose Women, a daytime talk show supposedly meant to uplift, where Janet Street Porter tried to humiliate Meghan for not making jam with her own hands. But Emma Grede, with quick wit and class, held a mirror up to Janet's face and to all of them, revealing just how petty, how embarrassingly foolish this obsession with tearing down Meghan has become. Let me say it clearly. This is no longer criticism. It stopped being that a long time ago. It is pure hatred. Organized, monetized, sustained hate. It has endangered Meghan's life, that of her family. It has endangered the safety of her children. It has twisted the minds of millions into believing that cruelty is entertainment. It is not entertainment. That racism is fair game. That misogyny is acceptable when wrapped in a headline. The British media, certain editors, pundits, TV personalities, and the institutions that shield them must be held accountable. You are not just observers, you are participants in a campaign of harassment. You are architects of a narrative that seeks to destroy a woman who simply asked to be respected. And to the viewers who still repeat their talking points without any question, understand this. Your words have consequences. Your silence has consequences. And history is watching. Enough is enough. Stop it. Before I leave you today, and I'm going to try and do this the best I can, let me offer my deepest thank yous to each of you who have been just incredible, who took the time to write kind messages, to lift me and my family up in your prayers after the sudden passing of my father. I thank you from the very bottom of my heart. Your love has wrapped around us like a warm blanket in a cold season. You remind me that there's good people in this world. Good people. Gosh, we need more of you. We need more of you. I hold on to my faith these past 2 weeks so strong, more than ever. And it has given me strength to do the things I had to do. I stand here today with that faith, rooted in something bigger than myself. And I carry on knowing that I am not alone. Mi papa will always be by her side. You, this community, you are extraordinary. Extraordinary. Thank you. And may we all continue to choose the truth over lies, love over hate, and dignity over noise. I love you folks so much. Thank you. Really, thank you. Mwah. Bye for now.
Oh, gather round, dear readers. Oh, gather if you dare. We've got ourselves a scandal whipped fresh from royal air. A duchess dare to spread her joy with berries ripe and bold. But wait, it's made in Illinois. Oh, heavens, we've been sold. Is it brewed in her backyard? Are the jars hand squeezed? Did she charm each raspberry? Did she steep the teas with ease? Did butterflies in aprons pluck the petals one by one? Did she stir the marmalade by moonlight till it's done?
In a secret Sussex kitchen where unicorns roam free, a flock of fairy jam-smiths hum in royal harmony. With golden spoon precision and sparkle in their eye, they bottle dreams and dignity while critics squawk and lie. I never said I churned the cream or handpicked every leaf, but let them write their fairy tales, I won't retreat in grief. They market myths and madness, I market truth and taste. If they prefer a palace lie, I'll still from Illinois, and the tea comes steep with pride. But the magic is the meaning, not the kitchen where it hides. Let Charles knit his silken scarves or brew his cider gold. We won't ask if Camilla crushed the grapes or cleaned the mold. So here's to jars and joyful hearts, to building something new, to turning pain to purpose, and to always speaking true. If they must lie to sell their news, then let them taste their shame, while we preserve our power in every fruity name.